In the past, a car wasn't only a mode of transport, but stepping into one required a different experience entirely. The scent of polished chrome and leather, and the gentler touch of velvet while sitting on a living room couch-like seat. Today, a car is equipped with everything from touch screens to LED lights. But what yesterday cars had was something a computer can't replicate, and that is soul. In the past, cars were a mode of travel, but more importantly, they were a symbol of status, luxury, and comfort. Today, cars have not fundamentally changed, but the experience that comes with it has certainly changed, escorted with the scent of leather. It is a nostalgic which is not and cannot be replaced. So today, we're looking back at 10 car interiors from the past that felt like true luxury. 1. Velvet bench seats. Long before center consoles and bucket seats divided the front of a car, there were bench seats, wide, soft, and inviting. In the 1970s, luxury cars like Cadillacs and Buicks often came upholstered in plush velour or velvet fabric that looked almost like something out of a parlor. The kind of seat you didn't just sit on, you sank into it. Families could pile in side by side, or young couples could slide closer on a Friday night drive to the movies. That closeness is something modern cars don't allow anymore. Safety standards eventually won out, and bench seats disappeared, but for those who remember, nothing quite compares to that soft, shared experience of driving together. 2. Real wood dashboards. Imagine sliding behind the wheel and seeing polished walnut or mahogany stretching across the dashboard. Not fake plastic panels designed to look like wood, but the real thing. Cars like the Chrysler Imperial and certain Lincolns treated their interiors almost like fine furniture, with wood trim that caught the light and made you feel like you were sitting in something handcrafted. It wasn't just decoration, it was a statement. It told you this was more than a car. It was a luxury object, carefully built. Over time, real wood became too expensive, and safety concerns meant it faded away, replaced with plastic veneers. But those who sat in those cars remember how the sunlight bounced off the polished grain, and how it made every drive feel important. 3. Chrome trim everywhere. In the mid-century era, chrome was a symbol of progress, of glamour, of modern living. And it wasn't just on the outside of cars, it made its way inside too. Door handles, steering wheels, dashboards, gear selectors, all gleaming with polished chrome. Some interiors even had chrome accents outlining the seats themselves, adding sparkle at every glance. It gave cars a sense of elegance and excitement, as though you were sitting inside a piece of jewelry. Over time, chrome was phased out, expensive, heavy, and prone to fingerprints. But back then, when you slid your hand across a shiny chrome handle, it felt like luxury at your fingertips. 4. Ashtrays and lighters in every door. Today, it might sound shocking, but there was a time when smoking in the car was practically expected. Luxury meant convenience, and convenience meant every passenger had their own built-in ashtray and cigarette lighter. They were usually tucked into the door panels, lined with chrome, sometimes even illuminated. You didn't need to smoke to notice how these little touches made the interior feel custom-made, as if no detail had been forgotten. They added a sense of richness, of completeness. By the 1990s, health campaigns and changing habits made them disappear. But for those who remember, they were symbols of a different era, one when luxury was measured by even the smallest details. 5. Plush carpet floors. Step into a high-end sedan from the 1960s or 70s, and the first thing you noticed underfoot was the carpeting. Not just a mat, not a rubber liner, but thick, deep carpet that almost belonged in a living room. Often color matched to the seats and door panels, the carpet gave the whole car a sense of unity and style. It felt indulgent, even if it wasn't practical. Mud and snow were a nightmare for it, but that didn't matter, because when your feet sank into that soft floor, it reminded you that you weren't just driving. You were traveling in comfort in class. Today's durable, wipe-clean materials might be more practical, but they'll never have that same feeling of stepping onto luxury. 6. Pillowy armrests and door panels. One of the hallmarks of mid-century luxury cars was the sense that everything you touched was soft. Armrests weren't just there for your elbow, they were padded and upholstered to match the seats. Door panels often bulged with foam cushioning, giving every surface a pillowy, inviting feel. Sitting inside these cars felt like being wrapped in comfort. The softness gave the impression of abundance, of generosity, of no expense spared. Today, with thinner designs and harder plastics, interiors are leaner and more efficient. But those padded surfaces made every journey feel cozy, like you were riding in your own mobile lounge. 7. Hidden headlight controls and futuristic switches. Part of what made classic luxury cars so exciting was their little surprises. Hidden buttons, mysterious knobs, secret switches, features you didn't see right away, but discovered as you drove. Cadillac's Twilight Sentinel, which automatically turned headlights on and off, felt like space-age technology. Other cars hid switches in chrome-trimmed compartments, making the interior feel futuristic and clever. These details made you feel like you were in on a secret, as if the car itself had hidden talents. Today's cars might offer the same functions through touchscreen menus, but they don't have the same sense of discovery. Those hidden controls felt like owning something truly special. 8. Fold-down armrests in the middle of the seat. Ah, the simple joy of folding down that thick, padded center armrest. It wasn't just practical, it was a small touch of theater. You'd pull it down, lean into it, and suddenly the back seat of a Cadillac or Oldsmobile felt like a first-class lounge chair. It gave passengers a sense of privacy and personal space, while still sharing a big, open bench seat. These armrests made ordinary drives feel elevated, as though every passenger had a touch of luxury reserved just for them. Slowly, they disappeared with changing seat designs, but for those who remember, lowering that armrest always felt like a special moment. 9. Opera windows and padded rooflines. Nothing said luxury car in the 1970s quite like opera windows. Those small, oval or round windows, paired with a padded vinyl roof, turned the back seat into a private retreat. From inside, the light was softer, the view more intimate. It gave the illusion of riding in a limousine, even if you were just cruising in a mid-size coupe. The padded roof added a quietness, muffling the sounds of the road and giving the whole car a more refined atmosphere. These features eventually fell out of style, dismissed as decorative rather than functional. But for those who grew up with them, opera windows and vinyl tops still carry an unmistakable sense of class. 10. The steering wheel as a throne. Finally, let's talk about the steering wheel. In today's cars, it's compact, functional, and filled with buttons. But in the past, the steering wheel was a throne in itself, oversized, gleaming, often wrapped in leather or wood. Some had chrome horn rings that sparkled, while others had intricate designs that made the wheel a centerpiece. Gripping one of those wheels didn't just feel like driving, it felt like commanding. You were the captain of your own ship, guiding it across the open road. Today's wheels may be practical, but they lack that sheer presence. Sitting behind one of those old steering wheels, you felt in control, powerful, and undeniably stylish. Looking back, what really made these car interiors luxurious wasn't just the chrome or the velvet or the wood, it was the feeling they created. They made every ride an experience, something you remembered long after you parked. Cars weren't just machines. They were stages, lounges, and living rooms on wheels.